Brings the spice out to Elysia, then with a turnaround, no, that won't work. Come back! Here so soon? I wasn't expecting you for... well, not now, anyway. Yeah, well, I tried to explain that, you see, but, I had no choice. These thugs showed up, and they said that you could go space yourselves. And I was like, no, this is the Red Eclipse, and...
Finally, my ticket off this hole. Looks like it's been through hell. It's good to be back on the old girl. Hey, what are you doing on my ship? Damn right I am. What are you...
Well, I guess that problem just kind of resolved itself, didn't it? With me giving my ship away. I should go investigate what's going on over there real quick before I head any further. Which way is it? Crap, this is just a garage. It's so hard to see which way I'm going when I'm using my night speed. I don't think so, pal. That's right. Wow. They were kind of pushovers, weren't they? Expected more of a fight, honestly. Alright, trying to find the crew of the Red Eclipse, so we should see the Hawk. You will need to enter that binocular feed their active abilities. So okay, cool. Oh no, there's more guys. I was wondering why I hadn't gained some combat yet.
Take them down.
Hold these guys off. It's a very adequate thing.
Let us test ourselves. Hey.
So I've got Mormic's head. Good. Main for a while. Before I forget. Alright. Charge! There we go. Fill everybody up real quick. Ooh, my healing effect's all pretty now. Look at that. Alright, better save because I don't know what we're going to find on this ship. Oh wow, they just jumped right in there, didn't they?
Let me handle this.
Where's the rest of my party during all this wonder? Well, you know, that's my party here, but I'm saying, like, where's Kreia? Unfortunately, I cannot deflect, melee weapons. I can deflect bastards. Man, there's a lot of guys on this ship. Bowser's about to die. Where's he at? Hey there, buddy. He's over there, okay. Nope. Don't die, baby, don't die! No, he died! I told you not to die! How about that? Haha! And, alright. Everybody should be good now. Yeah, before speed, start whitting these guys down again. Alright. Bad guy, get him.
Take him down.
You have a ton of experience with this. Okay. Is that this side of the ship clear? Hey. Dude, I just killed like 25 of your crew members. I don't think you're in a position to be making threats. I do not ask for your blood. I ask for your obedience. I can kill you all in a heartbeat. Your lives are mine, whether you wish it or not. Give up the slave trade, or else. Forget it. I don't deal with slavers. Oh, I need to buff this up real quick. Let's see. Force speed, force valor. Get him.
Look, there's been a misunderstanding. The ship, it's all yours. Consider it a gift, all right? Didn't know you were messing with Red Eclipse slavers. Just those stories about the Hawk being a cursed vessel are true.
I accept your gift. Be careful in future.
Great, I'll, just find my way out, all right?
What the heck? Why is Handmaiden and KotOR knocked out? They were just with me. Oh, well, hello there. What have you done to my crew? So it's gonna be like that, huh? If you say so. I'm a little nervous, actually. Haven't tried taking on a Jedi with my blasters yet. Which kind of hurts. Let's, use that. Heal ourselves up a little bit. In fact, if we're going to be spamming heals, I might want to go ahead and use the Force Body. Well, it might be better to switch my... God, I had to switch payloads. Whoa, what is she doing? Whoa. What the heck was that? Heal, buddy, heal. Oh, is anything good? Could this be the end of Dick Dangerouser? Need some way to... Let's see. Got a melee shield. What do I have? Not a whole lot. I have some med packs or something. Frag mines. Here we go. Let's use one of these. Kind of helped, I guess. I think really my only option is just to whittle her down before she gets me. Oh, snap.
My lightsaber. You destroyed it. I yield, Master. It is as I heard through the Force. My life for yours.
You pledge yourself to me?
I have nothing to offer you. Your strength is superior. It is as I felt.
Now I've seen everything. This woman, she's a Miraluka. I didn't think any were left in this part of the galaxy.
What's a Miraluka?
Yeah, they're a pretty secretive race. I heard that some of their kind become Jedi, but a Sith? That's a new one. I'm not sure how you'd go about killing one. It'd be tricky.
Is her kind rare? Or is she gonna be alright?
Well, some of her wounds are pretty bad. Looks like she was already carrying her share of scars, though. I think she'll recover, yeah.
If her condition changes, let me know. I didn't want to hurt her. Or let me know when she awakens. I have questions for her.
She is a threat to us.
I won't harm her if that's what you're asking.
I am not asking that she be harmed or interrogated, but she is of the Sith, and she has attacked us once. She should not be allowed to walk freely on the ship.
Alright, got some dark side points, light side points, mostly light side points. Got lightsaber focusing lens, and I gained influence with this house. Wow, that was quite an eventful side quest, wasn't it? Let's go see if we ticked off Handmaiden too much.
Yes?
Can you teach me some fighting moves?
Training is something reserved for certain caste members of the Echani, but I do not see the harm in instructing you in some basic principles. I do not understand how you and Atris fight, but I will instruct you on how Echani children are raised on warfare.
That seems as good a place as any to begin.
All Echani fighting principles rely on foundations. If one does not understand the most basic of fighting moves, it is not possible to understand the higher tiers. It is similar to learning the alphabet of a language before being able to use words, then sentences.
understand. I am ready.
As a foundation, I will instruct you in our elementary movements. The body itself is the first weapon you must master. It is not something that can be described. Let us duel, you and I, and that shall teach you more than my words can. Use only your hands and feet to strike at me, nothing else, or our combat shall be over. Do not resort to using any items or any force techniques you may possess. Such things will obstruct learning.
Ah, crap, not this again. Does that include no armor or clothes?
Duels among the Ichani are rituals, and do not allow for armor or anything that restricts movement. I am making an exception in this case, as you requested.
Just checking. It's a little cold on this ship.
Now, are you ready?
I guess so. Leave for myself, then I'll return.
I shall be here.
Yeah, I was not at full health. That would have been bad. Boink. Boink. Alright. Now we should be good. At least she's let me keep my clothes on, and my clothes give me some pretty sweet buffs. So. But maybe I should strip her. Now that I think about this. Where's her stuff? Yeah, she's gonna take everything away from her real quick. Doop-a-doo. Well, she's not gonna use a shield, so I don't gotta worry about that. I think she's fighting me unarmed, but I'm still gonna take that away too. And let's put all that stuff on myself. So devious. Alright, got my pheromone package on for my charm. Instead, let's throw on this streak thing. And that. And what do these do? They're cool gloves. That's a nice belt. Alright, I think I'm ready for it. Let's do this, baby.
Yes? Train. As a foundation, it use. Very well.
Here we go. Hiya! Wait, she put on a shield. Crap. Alright, she
You
was
fought
easier
well
than your sisters.
indeed. You have caught the principles of the style by watching and anticipating my movements. Before you go, there is something I must know. Why did you go back to face trial?
I like a couple of these options. Because I felt they deserved an explanation. Maybe I had to hear me defend myself, just to be certain.
I see. It was always something I was curious about. To walk to one's own sentence willingly. It's a brave thing.
Well, I had some
You
questions.
may ask.
Let's see, Atreus, da-da-da-da-da. We already had that. Yes. Can you teach me more fighting moves?
Very well. I think you are ready for the next tier of instruction. For this, we will keep the etiquette of the last duel, but we shall add any melee weapon you choose to the ritual, with the exception of the Jedi weapon, the saber. Vibroblade, Bothan stun stick, force pike, whatever you wish. But no items, no force techniques.
I'll prepare myself for
Very
me. Alright, so this time I can put on weapons. How do I swap weapons? I thought there was a button here that I could press to swap weapons. Well, at the very least, can't I just, like, do this? There we go. It does look like she made me take off my armor, which is strange, because I thought she specifically said she wasn't going to do that. Let's try this again.
Yes? Very well. For this,
Okay. Alright, any melee weapon, but no lightsaber, no items, and no force powers. Got it.
then let us begin. And again, do not hold back. I will not.
Again, I see no weapons attached to me. And I'm kicking butt this time. Well, this armor I got on really helps. Well, not armor, but this helmet.
You fought well indeed. You have caught the principles of the style by watching and anticipating my movements.
Cool.
Yes?
Can I keep on getting influence with it this way?
I do not think you are ready for further instruction. Each movement of our arts demands some time to use the art in battle, or to examine how it may be best used in battle.
You seem to be anticipating my attacks.
It is the way of the Ichani to be able to read their opponents, to know where an opponent is going to strike before it connects, anticipate it, and then strike against them. Ichani battles are fought several minutes in advance. In many ways, it is much like the game of Dejarik, played in the core systems. The most advanced among the Ichani are able to predict the course of battles by months, and the most revered are said to be able to predict the path of wars. Only Revan ever demonstrated such skill in war, and even as he slaughtered us, the Ichani still respected him.
Can you teach me to do this?
You are already doing it.
What do you mean?
If you do not know you are doing it, then training will make you a dangerous opponent indeed. Come, as we fight more, I will teach you. Do not think about predicting my movements. React instinctively. You are doing better. At first, I was afraid that your awareness of your own ability might ruin it, but that is not the case. You learn quickly. Perhaps it is your connection to the Force that allows such things, but I do not think so. Now you fight as an Ichani warrior fights, always in the future.
Ooh, cool. I got battle precognition. Add my wisdom bonus to my defense in combat. Cool. Good stuff.
Yes? I do.
Any reason why I have to fight without clothes?
Duels among the Ichani are rituals, and it does not allow for armor or anything that restricts movement.
Well, the duel without clothes seems a little exposed.
Your modesty has no place in combat. Even the youngest of the Ichani understand this. You should as well. You may ask.
Atris, looking differently. Let's ask about her name again.
Before entering Atris's... It is not important. My title and rank.
I already had that. I told her she should take back
All,
herself.
but important... If re... I do not know. I meant no offense. You may have...
Nope, still doesn't tell me her name. Okay.
I am training, so that if that...
Alright. Oh, let's, I guess re-equip ourselves. What do I want? I want this, deal right here, this deal, and this deal. Hey, I can finally put this on if I want to. No, I think I do want to. Alright. Now that looks like something that Dick Dangerser would wear. Throw my blasters back on. What's my other one? Can't remember what my other blaster was. Crap. Was it Benox? Was it this Republic blaster? I think it was this one because this is fully upgradable. Yeah, it looks right. Okay, so let's go check in with our new party member. Where is she? Oh, she's probably in the med bay, isn't she? Maybe not. New friend, where are you? Ah, she must be down here.
My life for yours.
Who sent you?
I serve my master. I am an emissary, a scout. My master was aware of a disturbance in the Force, but was unaware of its nature, of you. The disturbance is not something one feels from a living thing. There is little my master does not know. And that you eluded his sight for so long is significant. But I do not know why.
I need to know where I can find your master.
You cannot. His vessel roams the borders of known space, and even I do not know where he travels. Until he calls for me. Even if I could lead you to my master, I cannot permit you to find him until you are ready.
Ready?
If I bring you before my master, untested, without your potential realized, then you will be lost to me, and I cannot allow that to happen. It would be as if one brought fire to a paradise valley, shattered a cavern of rare crystal, or blinded a painter.
My life is unimportant. Your master threatens more than just me.
I cannot, I will not. I would die first, and gladly, to preserve you, untouched, unharmed. Now that I have found you, I cannot sacrifice what I have found.
If he is behind what has befallen the Jedi, then he must be stopped.
You will meet my master. It is inevitable. I have seen it. And when you stand before him and realize what you face, you must be prepared. Until then, I must protect you, help you, until you are ready.
Why are you doing this for me?
There's a greatness in you. A greatness that does not stem from the Force. It stems from who you are. And if my master does not understand you, cannot see you, then perhaps there is hope for us all. But if you seek to survive, then you must understand why this is so.
If your master has trouble protecting me, how are you able to do it?
There is much I see my master cannot. I fear it is because of my nature, the nature of my race. My people spend their lives seeing the galaxy, the energy streaming off stars, the growth of life, all things touched by the Force.
Where are you people, your world, now?
It is not a subject to which I have spoken of, since its destruction.
How was it destroyed?
The planet was not destroyed. It remains. It orbits, dead in space. But nothing lives on its surface. It echoes, but there's no one left to hear it.
If your homeworld was destroyed, how did you survive?
I am not certain I did. I was there when the planet died. To see everything around you extinguished. It was as if I was blinded. It was as if the Force had been bled from the world.
As if suddenly everything went silent.
I imagine there are worse deaths, worse pain. But if there are, I do not know them. I was the only living thing remaining on the planet of KotOR. And my life, my agony, was a flicker in the darkness that was the planet. All that I had been connected to had been severed.
You were the only survivor.
Yes, but it was not survival. I still wonder what would have happened if I had died with the others. If perhaps there would have been some way to hide my presence from the galaxy. If only I had not felt that pain, that loss, as strongly as I did. But it could not be done. When the life was bled from the planet, and yet somehow I remained. My master came for me. He walked upon the surface of my dead world. And there, lying in the bodies of my race, He took me for his own, and he made me see. And for the first time, I saw the galaxy. And I wished to die.
He made you see.
To this galaxy, my world, absent the currents and spectrums of the Force, was nothing but crude matter, rock, flesh, emptiness. He showed the flickering of life on other planets. The mass of beings that swarm through the empty places of the galaxy. To see such creatures, disconnected from themselves, their world, their place in it, unable to see the currents and how they affected everything around them.
Why did your master show you this?
He showed me to make me believe in his cause. He convinced me the galaxy, all life, must die. He fed upon its ugliness, its screaming, and in its place, he left silence. And where there was chaos, he brought stillness and order.
I don't understand. It would have taken several other cruisers to destroy the surface of KotOR.
It was not a thing done with machines or weapons. The Force is far more terrible, and it touches more lives than any machine can hope to slay. For everyone that feels the Force, strongly, deeply, each one feels and perceives it in their own way. You have strengths, whether you know it or not. And my master has his. His power is great, and it comes from hunger. He is a wound in the Force, more presence than flesh. And in his wake, life dies, sacrificing itself to his hunger. And those who feel the Force strongly are beacons to his hunger. My people, my planet, would have been attacked in time. It was inevitable. Yet we could do nothing about it.
Why did your master destroy KotOR?
The Jedi, the last council of the Jedi, came to our world to meet in secret. They hoped that perhaps among our people, they could achieve the clarity to see what was striking them from the darkness of the galaxy. They succeeded, but only in bringing him from the outer regions. And KotOR, with my kind, with the Jedi upon its surface, could no longer be ignored. And my people died, and the Jedi died, and there was no one left, only me.
Why did the Jedi meet at KotOR?
They hoped to see the threat that had been stalking them, and they did. But they were unprepared for the magnitude of the threat.
He attacked it because the Jedi had gone there?
He cannot deny his hunger for long. And any gathering of Jedi is something he cannot long resist. And now that the Jedi are vanishing, I do not know what will happen. Perhaps he will grow strong enough to eradicate all life, merely with his presence.
I have some other questions for you.
I will answer what I can, but my answers may prove useless to you.
I feel like there's a lot of questions I missed here. Was your master the one sent to Baragas?
I am not familiar with the place you speak of. My master has not entered Republic space for some time, but there are others who may move more freely, who may have been responsible for such an act of destruction.
What do you mean?
There are many factions within the Sith, all seeking to take what little remains in the wake of the Jedi Civil War. Where one moves, it is not always known to the others. But their purpose is the same, the death of all Jedi, everywhere. They believe you are the last of the Jedi, and their hatred of the Jedi unites them. All their eyes are upon you, and it is a terrible, quiet darkness that pursues you. I will answer what I can.
I feel like these are like the same thing here.
My master did not cause the end of the planet you speak of. There are many factions within the Sith. Where one moves, it they believe...
Yeah, we already talked about that, okay.
I will answer what...
I've heard your species is blind. How are you able to see?
My people once had the power to perceive events, to see through the Force. That sight may manifest itself in many ways. And at times, I may affect the abilities of others to see as well.
You sound as if that sight is lost to you.
My sight has been damaged. What I have taught you, it is not the full extent of the perceptions of my people. My master, he has crippled me. I have seen the galaxy as it truly is, and it has left its mark. It is not something I can explain, for the words are difficult. I only ask that you understand. I will answer what I can.
Alright, homeworld.
It is not a subject.
Oh, we already talked about this. My nurse mentioned this. I've seen similar acts of destruction at Malachor.
I've heard tales of Malachor. It is said that many of my people felt the end of the Mandalorian Wars from across the galaxy. But do not mistake me. I did not mean to draw comparisons between KotOR and Malachor. My homeworld still exists. It is intact.
If your homeworld was destroyed, how did you survive?
I am not certain I did.
Yep. Okay.
Forgive me, but before you go, I must ask. Why do you do this? Why do you seek to help me? Teach me?
Because I believe you can be saved.
You must not do this. I cannot allow you to weaken yourself for me.
To help another is not weakness. It is strength to them both.
So you say. But it is not something I have observed or seen.
What do you mean?
I remember little of my homeworld before I entered my master's service. It is not as it was. There is little left of such memories. Or the planet itself. It is not a subject.
Oh my god. You talked about your homeworld over and over. Alright. Gained a lot of light side points and some influence with her. Cool. Now that I got a little bit more influence, maybe I can chat with her again about the... Let's see what...
My life for yours.
Ah, there we go. Now we can start dealing with these things. Are you alright?
I am able to serve. If we enter battle, I will fight and die alongside you.
That's not what I asked. I asked if you were alright.
I have not heard that question in some time. My flesh is healed, if that's the answer you seek.
In the medbay, we noticed you have scars. Who hurt you?
The scars are many and the causes equally so. It is of no importance.
How did you find me?
I felt you, heard you through the Force. It was like a sound at the edge of hearing. And when I heard it, I found I could not ignore it. I serve my master. There is little
that conversation.
I will answer.
Alright, questions to do. Well, let's try this speech is blind thing.
My master, when he showed me my world, showed it to me as it is. It hurt. And since that moment, it has been difficult to perceive the Force as I once did. But after traveling with you, I feel that perhaps there was a gift in it, hidden beneath the pain.
When one endures, it gives hope to others and themselves.
Only when one suffers do certain truths become evident, both of the galaxy and of the self. And I feel you are an example of this.
How do you see through the Force?
If you wish to know, perhaps it is possible to show another what my people see, what I see. First, you must close your eyes. The surface of the ship, its sights, will only be a distraction. Now in your mind, reach out. Listen for my breathing. Do not focus on the sound, but the life behind it. Imagine its energy its texture, in tandem with the breathing. And then in your mind, step back from the image and see what remains. There. It is not as difficult as I thought. You learn quickly.
Sweet, I gained bonus force points and foresight. Awesome.
It will take effort to maintain such sight, but you now have that power. And with it, you can use it to see life around you in a different way, as I used to see it. I will answer what I can.
World, progress. Cool deal. Wait, foresight, can I use that thing? Oh, yep, there it is right there. Nifty. So I can see she's light-sided. That's cool. How do I deactivate it, I wonder? Is there any deactivating it? Maybe it'll automatically deactivate if I chat with
My
it.
life for yours.
There we go. Alright, how'd you find me? Who sent you? I want to teach you some of the techniques I've learned in my travels.
I am prepared for whatever you wish to teach me. I understand now. I shall practice what you have taught me.
Oh, so she can do force tricks now.
My life for yours.
How'd you find me? Who sent you?
I will answer.
Much homeworld. Never mind. Alright. Here's that hidden compartment. Cool. Alright. Is everybody else doing good on the bridge here? It's been a long time since the war. I'm surprised you're still functioning. I'm not gonna ask him to stop flying around. He's cute.
You know, I'm glad I found you again, General.
What are you talking about?
We were together at Malachor. I don't know if anyone else could understand.
So, why are you here?
You getting philosophical on me? I'm here because you found me on Telos and I decided to come along for the ride. Not that I had much choice after we got going.
We can let you off where we stop next.
Tired of me already? I was frustrated. Watching the Ithorians getting pushed around by Zerka, I thought I could make a difference, but it was taken away from me. Guess if one planet was good enough for me, why not the galaxy?
Even if you knew what was wrong with it, how would you know where to start?
You just have to know what the circuits look like.
It's all wires and switches to you, huh?
That's the way I see things. Traveling with you, I know there's something else in the universe, but I can't do anything about it anyways, so I'll leave it to you to take care of.
I'll do my best.
Was there something you wanted me for?
Do I have all the lightsaber parts I need?
Let me see what you have. That's everything. Now all you need is a little quiet time with the workbench.
Oh snap! I'm about to make my lightsaber. Oh boy. One-handed or double-bladed? I'm better at two-weapon fighting. So we'll go with double-bladed for now, maybe. Yeah. Oranges is what I got. Oh, so excited. Let's throw that bad boy on. Boom. Now let's whip it out. Oh, yeah, check it out. Now that's a cool looking lightsaber right there, boys. Woohoo! Nice. I want to go get in the fight now.
Yes, General? Sorry, General, something...
Alright, more shields, okay. I'm stuck on this corner here. There we go. T3, buddy, what's up? How's the oven on? Alright. I'd like to upgrade your core again. Oops. We'll track it later. Guess I need a little bit more skill.
Yes?
Looks like we're all good here with Handmaiden. Oh, let's see what her alignment is. Ah, totally neutral. Look at that.
You have befriended the seer.
Luca, why do you call her a seer? Or how do you think she found us?
Her species does not see as we do. They perceive the galaxy through the Force, and it is how she found you. It is a rare gift squandered on her people. The Sith carry the battle to you, and you spare them. And as we travel, the empty places of this ship are filled. I hope your thoughts in this matter are clear. In saving her, you may destroy yourself, and do not mate with her. Whatever you may feel, whatever urges consume you, do not let them control you. Such a union would breed difficulties.
Just because I say it doesn't mean I just gotta charge up her loading ramp. Just because I saved her doesn't mean I just gotta charge up her loading ramp.
We shall see. I trust your exile has taught you restraint and discipline in the ways of the flesh. Like the servant of Atris, this one has other masters. Though blind, she has ties to darkness. Her presence here is a threat to us, to you. Do not underestimate her or her loyalty.
If she can see through the Force, maybe she knows find the lost Jedi.
Perhaps. I am not convinced.
Do you know why her homeworld was destroyed?
Because it was its time. Perhaps you should ask her. It begs many questions. Her people are not prone to violence, war, or hatred, yet their planet is obliterated, scoured from the face of the galaxy, and all that remains is a Sith.
It seems strange a Force-sensitive world was obliterated.
You are right to trust your instincts. Something is wrong. It is only a matter of discovering what and why. If your instincts lead you to an answer, seek me out. Perhaps we will discuss more. Ask, and I will answer. She did nothing to your eyes that was not already there. She has forced this upon you, but such crude methods are the markings of the Sith. Close your eyes.
All right.
Feel this ship around you. Listen to my words. Hear the sound of the Handmaiden's training in the cargo hold, her hands cutting the air. The welding of the droid as it goes about its work. Now, stretch out. Hear the rumble of hyperspace, the hum of the hyperdrive. Ignore distractions and focus on my voice. The breathing of the blinded one as she meditates in the dark. Now, listen deeper, past her breathing, and listen.
As my feet walk from the ashes of KotOR, I shall not fear, for in fear lies death, and
I heard her thoughts.
You are strong indeed. What you heard were surface thoughts only, but it is something that masters have trained for years and never learned.
Can I do that whenever I wish?
That is not the real question you should ask. Is such listening enough to perceive the world around you? It is not. Because to listen to the thoughts of another is much like attempting to see the universe only with your eyes. It is equally limiting. Now leave me be. I must rest.
Cool. Alright, get some extra influence with Kreia. Maybe I can ask her about Revan finally. Let's see what she has to say.
You are spending time with the servant of Atris.
5 seconds of this conversation I've already had enough about. I'm surprised you know so much when you never leave this room.
I knew her mother. She was a Jedi Knight, a master, named Aaron Kai. Jedi are forbidden to have children, and when the crime finally came to light almost a decade later, Kai was exiled. She joined the Mandalorian Wars after the shame of her birth was revealed.
I don't remember. Are you sure?
Revan welcomed her, and she was said to be a skilled warrior, beautiful, and strong in the Force. The Force flows strongly in the blood of those born from Force sensitives. I doubt that Aaron was any different. If the servant of Atris is of her blood, then the potential lies within her. If you train her, if you teach her the ways of the Jedi, you will be asking her to break her oath to Atris. It would be best not to train her, and let the bloodline die with Telos.
You said teach her the ways of the Jedi. Curious choice of words.
Ah, that was an interesting choice of words indeed. She has sworn not to follow the path of the Jedi by her oath, but even that oath is limited. One does not need to be Jedi to learn the ways of the Force. I suspect it cares little for our codes and philosophies.
Are you proposing teaching her the ways of the Sith?
I propose nothing except what you choose to read into my words. But no, I would not advocate such teachings either. I am only saying that she has sworn not to follow the teachings of the Jedi, and that is a curious distinction in her oath. But we were speaking of the servant of Atris. I would caution you to be careful of your interaction with her. She is not as tempered as you.
How could I train her?
You must train yourself first. The time will reveal itself. Yet if you persist as you have, building her trust, then you will be training her, whether you know it or not, until the choice is hers, not yours.
I have questions for you.
Before you continue questioning me, I hope your thoughts in the matter concerning the servant of Atris are clear. Spend time with her if you must, but recognize where your true loyalties lie, to the galaxy and yourself.
Jedi have no such attachments.
Ah, so then perhaps I was mistaken in my judgment. Never have you wondered what it would mean in the Ichani rituals if the two of you sparred and fought, and you won, completely and utterly? If perhaps she would give in, surrender herself to you? Few are the thoughts that can hide in the shadows of your mind. Exile, and such passions are not strength, but erosion.
Conversations with Kreia are always hard. Perhaps, and perhaps not. We shall see.
I cannot help but hear you at times, and such curious thoughts they are, not at all like a Jedi. But I shall keep such thoughts to myself, I think. And you should as well. Yes? Have you come with questions? Very well. What is it that drives you?
Before I do all this, I'm probably gonna tick her off, so let me
Ask.
ask her about Revan before I lose all this influence I have.
I miss...
Nope. No. Just a rabbit hole talking with Kreia.
Yes? I do not think you are ready. Yes? You may. What of her? As I said, I knew little about her.
Did you know that she was a Jedi Knight?
This is already known to me. Why are you telling me this?
It means you may be able to feel the Force as well. Because the Force runs strong in bloodlines, and you can learn to use it to help others.
I do not know enough of you yet to speak of such things. I do not know your stance, your heart. Perhaps if we were to train together in battle, my thoughts on this would be clearer. But not now. You may
Let's
ask.
train.
I do not think you are ready for further instruction.
Okay. So there's none of that that's happening just yet. Figure a little more time, that's cool.
Yes. Have you... Very well.
Alright, Force.
When I spoke of sight before, there is a similar handicap that tends to occur among those strong in the Force. They neglect their skills. Some believe they no longer need them. The greatest wielders of the Force are those that maintain some grounding to the more physical realities of the universe.
What do you mean?
Some wielders of the Force have mastered piloting, others the ability to fix and repair and build, from simple moisture vaporators to more complex machines such as droids and vehicles. One's ability to understand the human body and its ailments, for example, can make your powers within the Force more complete, more powerful, when you attempt to repair the cellular damage of another. And others have mastered the more subtle work of politics, persuasion. Do not doubt that a galaxy may be conquered with words, a republic overthrown, and an empire made. When such skills are honed, one's abilities with the Force become that much stronger. My warning to you is this: do not rely on your companions to compensate for your weaknesses in skill. There will be times they will not be there to help you when needed. What skill would you say is your greatest strength?
Persuasion. Convincing others to do as I ask.
And what skill would you say is your greatest weakness?
Stealth. Relying on not being seen.
Then my task before you is this. Take your greatest weakness, devote effort to it, strengthen it, and I will show you how it shall strengthen your power in the Force.
Very well. I shall take this lesson to heart.
As you learn and train and test yourself against the galaxy, all your skills have a chance to improve and grow as well. When you devote some of that training to your weakest skill, you will know.
I'll think on this. The return of my weakness skill is stronger. More influence, yes. I really want to unlock this conversation about Revan with her.
Yes. Then... perhaps, I think it is fair to say that few did.
Cool. Finally got it. Were you the one who taught Revan?
He came to me, yes. Both before and after. Before Revan knew himself. And after, in the times when Revan was coming to his own and learning he was more than he had been told. At one time, Revan was my Padawan, in times past, long ago. But Revan, when he had learned all he could, had other masters, that fool Jar and other Jedi on other planets. He learned from each, but in the end, he turned back to me. When he realized there was nothing more to be learned from the Jedi, except how one could leave them forever.
What was Revan like as a student?
Revan was power. It was like staring into the heart of the Force. Even then you could see the Jedi he would slay etched on his soul.
What do you see when you look at me?
You are different. When I look at you, It is like staring at the death of the Force.
What else do you know of Revan?
I know more, but it may not be enough for the answers you seek.
Where did Revan come from?
Revan had a mother and father, parents, ancestors, like all Jedi do. And when he awakened to his potential, I was there to see it. But where he was born, where he came from, I do not know, any more than I know where he walks now. Some said that Revan was born in the outer regions, beyond the Rim, and that's what called to him during the Mandalorian Wars. And after, it was the call of home.
What else do you know of Revan?
I know more.
What caused him to fall, to turn on the Republic?
Fall? Already you presume much. You were there at Malachor. Revan's choices were always his own. It was not teaching or circumstance or example, it was him.
Then what made him turn to the dark side, become a Sith Lord?
Is that what he was? Or was he always true to himself, no matter what personality he wore? And there is something that the Council may never understand, that perhaps Revan never fell. The difference between a fall and a sacrifice is sometimes difficult, but I feel that Revan understood that difference more than anyone knew. The galaxy would have fallen if Revan had not gone to war. Perhaps he became the Dark Lord out of necessity, to prevent a greater evil. I do not believe the Jedi Council changed Revan as they claimed. They merely stripped away the surface and allowed the true self to emerge again, someone who was willing to wage war to save others. But that is my belief, since I knew Revan from long ago, as a master knows their apprentice. He came to me, and off at one time, but Revan... But it...
Right.
I know. Fall.
Wait.
Ask. And what did you...
No.
Ask,
Sorry, so we answered
and I will
already.
answer.
Okay. I've thought more about the destruction of Mrs.'s homeworld.
And...
Adam said her planet was wiped out. It was the only colony of people in this sector of the galaxy.
Did he? And what do you make of that?
Well, if her people had all seen through the Force, then maybe someone wanted to blind them.
The Mandalorians were right to respect you on the field of battle. The Jedi are gone, vanished. Now, an entire planet of Force sensitives wiped clean of life. And now this slice of the galaxy is blind. It is no coincidence. The two events are tied.
Someone wants the sector of the galaxy blind to the Force, so they can move freely, or strike without warning.
I fear you are right. And I fear it may prove more than that. War is a hunger. And there are spirits in the galaxy whose hunger is never satisfied. But there is little to be done about it now. Watch the seer carefully. She may reveal more.
Other questions?
Ask, and I will answer.
What do you know of Mrs.'s master?
He, if he can truly be called a man any longer, is one of the Dark Lords that pursues you. I do not think he knows what you are. Not yet. He spared the Miraluka, and that may have been the last shred of feeling that exists within him. Keep his slave close to you. I suspect there was a reason he spared her, and perhaps a reason that she survived when the rest of her people and the Jedi did not.
Do you have any idea why he spared her?
Perhaps he is bound to her, as I am bound to you. If so, there may be a death served by hers. You must be prepared to sacrifice the blinded one. Perhaps her death will buy you the time you need to deal with her master.
If that is what must be done for victory, then I will do so.
Then you have a chance. Without her death, I do not know if he can be stopped.
How did he destroy her homeworld?
It is a technique that is almost as old as the Sith themselves. It is a means of severing connections between life, the Force, and feeding upon the death it causes. It cannot be taught. It can only be gained through instinct, through experiencing its effects firsthand.
And he used it to kill an entire planet?
Yes, and he fed upon its destruction. It will sustain him for a time.
I don't understand how he hasn't conquered the galaxy with that kind of power.
Because it is not something that can ever truly be controlled, and it leaves nothing to conquer in its wake. And it rules him, not the other way around. It has its own will, its own instincts.
How can anyone have that kind of power?
Power? Do you think so? You would be wrong. There is no strength in the hunger he possesses, and the will behind his power is a primal thing. And it devours him as he devours others. His mere presence kills all around him, slowly feeding him. He is already dead. It is simply a question of how many he kills before he falls.
That kind of power is impossible.
Nothing is impossible with the Force. It is an energy that flows through all living things. And like energy, it may be harnessed, channeled, and consumed at times. It may even be a substance that can burn and ignite. Do not think of his power as one would a weapon, or one of your warships of the Republic. It is terrible, but it is still a subtle thing. The sect of assassins that chase you feed on the Force. What he does is simply the pinnacle of what they could achieve in time. And that is why they and their techniques must be wiped out. No one again must experience and learn what her master did.
How are they able to drain the Force?
As much as one may use the Force to bolster the wills and strengths of others, the reverse is possible, though not often used. Instead of sending one's will through connections in the Force, instead such connections are drawn upon, fed upon, and drained completely.
But all life is touched by the Force.
Then you understand how terrible such a power is, and why it must be ended. It is an empty road to the dark side, and by traveling it, the price is death before one's time. He is a breach in the Force, capable of consuming the lives of those around him. Sometimes the touch is slow, as it is with his crew.
How does he use it? How does he use his power?
It is not something he can direct or focus, much like hunger itself. He is more of a hole in the Force than a living thing. Force sensitives and worlds rich in the Force draw him. The Miraluka world was one such place. That is why where the Jedi gather, Jedi will die. He will feel it, unless they mask their presence. But KotOR called out as a beacon to him, and he could not resist it. And he cares nothing for the Sith, or its teachings, or the Jedi. And when the Jedi are dead, he will feed on the galaxy, the Republic, and eventually consume the Sith as well. There is no future in the empty galaxy he sees, and that is why he must be stopped. The breach must be sealed before his power grows beyond what even we can hope to stop.
He is no longer a man?
One cannot have power of that magnitude that her master possesses and still think and perceive the universe as we do, as most of us do. I had hoped that you would not have to confront him, but her presence here has changed all that. You will have to meet him in battle. You must be prepared to sacrifice the blinded one. Perhaps her death will buy you the time you need to deal with her master.
Other questions?
Ask, and I will answer.
Wow, leveled up just by talking. Nice. Got a couple dark side points, but I had to say what I had to say in order to influence Kreia. Alright. Still looking pretty good. I don't have those little light streams coming out from behind me, but we'll get back. Alright, just had to put a point into my weakest skill, so there we go. Now, up our persuade. Kind of behind on my skills now. Wait. I'm not as worried about the security. Let's do repair. Computer use. I even take out one of these. Yeah, that looks good. more feats. Yay! Alright. Can get the flurry thing. Got quite a few options here. Something that would benefit me. Stealth run. I like something that would benefit both my blaster and my lightsaber skills. Alright, character's master using grace and speed. Can add either dexterity or strength to a chance to hit whichever is higher. Haha! That sounds like what I need to do. That's the lightsaber. Yeah, I think we'll take that one. Still flurry, right? Minus 2. Extra man attack. Alright. Yeah, let's give ourselves a lightsaber finesse. Alright, now I can use blasters or lightsabers. Sweet. 2 attacks per round are gained. 1 attack per round is gained. That's what we need right there. Haha. Okay, I did your thing.
Ah, you are here. You felt it, did you not?
It was Mrs. Master. You can feel my presence in the Force.
The time to hide your presence is coming to a close, and you will need to increase your training. You are ready. Your training must increase, and there are higher mysteries you must learn. But only you must know the path you will take. I cannot choose it for you. Is it battle that stirs you? To meet an enemy blade upon blade? Such is the way of the greatest of Jedi warriors, the weapon masters. Or perhaps it is investigating the mysteries of the galaxy, seeking out injustice and harm, and bringing it into the light. Such is the way of the Jedi watchman in the time of Ulic Qel-Droma and Exar Kun. Or perhaps your way lies upon the ancient mysteries, and to teach others the ways of the Force, as I have, the way of the Jedi Masters.
Jedi Watchmen should return to the galaxy, and I will be the first to restore them.
It is not some great test you require to be what you strive to be. It is only your decision to find that path that matters. From here on, you guide your destiny. But in order to take the next steps, you must face your past and put it to rest.
Alright. Another level up, holy crap. Alright, a little bit more dexterity. Okay. Skills. These bad boys. Alright, got weapon focus, lightsaber, sneak attack, greater prestige sense. Alright. Cool. Sneak attack, that sounds useful. Wow. So many choices. I wonder what the maximum level is in this game. If there is a maximum level. Alright, all saving throws. Bleh. Alright, efficiency. +2 damage bonus with lightsabers, that's cool. Could also get weapon focus for blaster pistol. It's +1 attack bonus, but I already have a quick attack. Alright, what's this? Defense. Deflection rolls, yeah. Sneak attack. Alright. 1 6 damage to exit. Okay. Toughness, yeah. Prestige, what does this do? Alright. +2 defense level 1, additional +2. Cool, so I just have a bunch of extra defense because I'm a Jedi Watchman. Alright. Single one-handed weapons in battle, +1 dueling. Yep. I don't have that. Force sensitive, whatever. Generate force points. That could be useful. Class skills, not impressed with. This. Unarmed specialist. This unarmed skill kind of sucks. Alright, so... might get that precise shot going on so I can shoot Jedi. Or I might want to get flurry. Unfortunately, these are, like, I'm having to choose between either ranged or melee abilities. Looks like I'm done with all of the skills that benefit both, for now at least. Usually I don't have too much problem with my force points running out, so we'll ignore that. Can't make up my mind. Just pick something. Nah. I guess we'll do this. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. What's this thing do? It currently does -2 defense and -4 to attack. And that just cuts it in half. Yeah. Alright, I think it's good enough for now. Oh man, and more powers. Force camouflage, what does that do? Where's that at? Should be able to see it. I don't know, maybe it's like stealth without having to use a stealth generator. Alright. Defense. It's cool enough. Night Valor. Uses my physical attributes. Gets me to do that. That's pretty cool. Force resistance, energy resistance. That kinda sucks. Alright, force barrier. Battle meditation. It's okay. Improve revitalize. Yeah. It's alright, I guess. Alright, DC of 5, plus the attacking characters, plus the characters with wisdom and charisma modifiers. I think I need to get this stasis field going on so I have something that I can use to stun guys and then activate my sneak attack bonuses. Alright.
Yes. Have... Very well.
I wish to talk about the lesson related to my skills.
Have you done as I asked?
I devote myself to relying on not being seen.
Very well. Then know this. How some situations play out depend on who is perceiving them and whether they are being perceived. Your ability to control the perception of others in such situations will allow you to manipulate events to resolve them peacefully or violently. Skill does not always draw from the Force, but it is a measure of power nonetheless. It can grant knowledge, help steady oneself when one's thoughts are in chaos, or grant enlightenment. Much can be achieved without the Force, as you know. Life continues, persists, and may be helped or harmed as a result. Now I am tired. Leave me to my meditations.
Right. Gained a bonus to my weakest and strongest skills, and I've also recovered some of my connection with the Force. Fun.
Yes. Very.
Alright.
Very well. Sit with me. You have brushed the surface thoughts of another. It is a start. Calm yourself. This time, silence your own thoughts. Keep them still. Imagine the waters of the room of 1,000 fountains, each stream suddenly falling silent and still. Imagine the ice of Telos, cold and smooth as it gathers upon the plateau. Now, stretch out. Feel the ship around you. Strip away the metal and see the souls and minds of those that fill its corridors with more thoughts and dreams and worries than can fill the space of this ship.
As my feet walk from the ashes of KotOR, I shall not fear, for in fear lies death, and...
From the first movement flows the second. Strike, repeat, circle one's opponent. Repeat, faster, quicker. If Father had been faster. If only Father had been faster. If I was faster, I would no longer be the last of my sisters. But does Atris love him? Jedi do not love. Does Atris hate him? Jedi do not hate. This journey is harder than any she has sent me on.
Switch the face of the +1 -1 card. The totals are 9, 10. Switch the face of the +2 -2 card. The total is 8, 11. Switch.
Your command echoes still, General, and I obey, as I did at Malachor.
As my feet walk from the ashes of KotOR,
Switch the face of the +1
I shall
-1
not
card.
fear.
The totals are 9, 10.
For in fear
Switch the face of the +2
Your
lies
command
death.
echoes still,
The
General,
total is 8,
and I obey,
Switch.
as I did at Malachor.
That sound in the background. What is it?
Not now. Focus on my voice.
Malachor.
Now do you hear me? Truly hear me?
I hear you. This is incredible.
You have taken the first steps on a much longer road, exile.
What about T3?
The droid cannot be read in such a way. As for the alien who served with you in the war, its thoughts are more difficult, requiring many translations in meaning. Often it is better to read their impulses and images than their spoken thoughts. That is why he is deaf to you. I have found his impulses are cold, like a dead weight. His thoughts are black.
Do I want to admit to her that I can hear her from him or not? But I did hear something from Beodur.
Indeed. It is strange that I did not.
Maybe it's because I know him better. I served with him.
Perhaps. I would not put much weight on such things.
There was also something wrong with Atton's thoughts.
Of course there was. It is because Atton was not playing Berserk, yet he counts cards in his head. At times, he will list off engine sequencers, memorize the hyperspace routes on the other side of the galaxy, count the ticking in the power couplings, even though they are fixed. At other times, he will imagine certain base lusts, certain indignities. It may be Atton is far cleverer than he feigns to be. Or perhaps he is simply a fool.
Perhaps. Maybe I'll go see him, see how his Berserk game is going. Man, our character is just rip-roaring through these levels. Getting all kinds of bonus experiences.
Have you come with questions? Very.
Alright. 4. When I heard the thoughts of my companions, I heard something, like an echo.
Ah, I had wondered if... But your powers are strong indeed. Now is not the time to speak of this. Wait until you have more of the galaxy within you, and we shall speak again.
What do you mean?
Every step on our journey shall bring with it discoveries. With persistence, you shall grow in the Force. And for every planet we reach, all that we touch with our presence, you shall grow, for you will have no choice.
I will return when I'm experienced, more experienced and have traveled to all the planets of the Masters.
Yes? Have you? Very,
Alright. Companions.
very well. Of which did you wish instruction? It allows you to recover your strength with the Force more quickly, and it lends strength to your Force powers. It has no other drawbacks. Such a form is a gift, preferred of the Jedi consulars, and effective in combats where you must fight only through the Force. Very well.
Can you teach me any lightsaber forms?
The Jedi practice many forms, many styles of light. You may have already... Others may come.
What do you know of the Makashi technique?
Ah, a technique that helps one resist the force attacks of an enemy and also is excellent in lightsaber combat. It does more damage, but it leaves you vulnerable to other attacks. Use it against others wielding the force or lightsabers, but not against anyone else. Others may come with time. Ask.
Alright. Did we finally exhaust all of our questions? I think so. Woo! Alright. Good against Jedi, bad against Flash and Reflect. Good against many opponents. Cool. We'll roll with this for now.
Yes? I do...
Alright. I think we're not quite ready to head back out into the light of the world. We're gonna see what's up with that real quick.